first day of dance class. I remember texting like 3 of my close friends and just begging for a pep talk because I was so nervous that I just wanted to throw up everywhere. So the first piece of advice that I got from my sister was, she told me not to stare too much in the mirror or to keep my eyes like locked onto the instructor. Instead, learn what the steps are and then just do it and figure out what feels right. So another piece of advice that I received that was really powerful for me came from my friend Susanna. And she not only told me she had faith in me, but she reminded me that what I'm doing right now is bigger than myself. I believe her exact words were, think about all the people you're going to inspire. And I really held on to that as I like walked up the steps and walked into the studio. And I also may or may not have Googled stuff like how to not feel stupid dancing. And actually, one of the blogs that I came across, the blog encouraged repeating mantras to yourself. The first mantra to repeat in my head when I get to that class is, we are all in the same boat. Meaning we're all beginners, right? Because I am attending the beginners class. We're all in the same boat. Number 2, it won't be like this forever. Like the struggle isn't going to be forever. I will get better and better. And number 3 is I am an awesome person who has a lot going for me. I'm good at other things, even if I'm not comfortable dancing yet. And that last one is my favorite because for me, it's so easy to be like, oh, I suck at this one thing. Like I just suck at everything. That's what happens in my head. So it was really important for me to know that, okay, there are other things that I'm good at. I can't possibly be great at dancing, the first time I try it. So this is what I kept repeating. I kept repeating the whole way there. And this was the very first dance class I attended.
Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Nigga, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here.
The first mantra, we're all on the same boat. No, we are not. What? How is everyone so good? Like, what did I miss? What boat did I not get on? Like, we are not on the same boat at all. I was the only one that couldn't get this down, and it killed me. So not only did I suck when I was dancing next to like 50 people, the teacher split us up into 3 groups and each group had to perform in front of the others, and I actually didn't even participate in this. And then at the end, he selected a few people, like the best in the class, and then this is what they performed.
5, 6, 7, 8. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Nigga, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Nigga, started from the bottom.
Like, come on. The first class, you guys. There was a world of a difference between the first one and the second one. I met a new instructor, and instead of teaching us a bunch of things, she just kind of built up to teach us this one routine. And then at the end, she told us to take out our phones so that we could record her, and she like broke down the steps really slowly so that we could practice it at home. I just finished my second dance class, and this time I actually got the entire choreography down. So I'm so happy. I don't feel like an idiot. And at the end of class, the teacher split us up into 3 groups, and then each group had to take turns performing in front of each other. Yeah, the first class I totally chickened out and I stood in the back and I didn't do it. But today I did it and it wasn't perfect, but oh my God, I'm so happy. I think it's really important for me to share that this is the first time I've done something like this by myself, ever in my entire life. In the past, if there was like a new class I wanted to try out or a new program I wanted to check out, there was always someone that I would ask to go with me, and I've always had a friend accompany me to anything that I'm scared of. And so for me to do something so terrifying, completely alone in a foreign country, that's huge for me. Number one, my sister's advice about not looking in the mirror and not keeping my eyes glued on the instructor was huge for me. I performed way better. I really tried to internalize what she taught us, and then I just let my body go with what made sense in my brain, and it worked. Susanna's advice, every time I wanted to just turn around and go back home, or just like stop walking for a second and throw up on the floor, I kept thinking about this journey, not just being my own, but something that I'm sharing with you guys and whoever else may come across this video that is going through the same thing of being so paralyzed by fear. This isn't about just me, because if it was, so much easier to quit, you know? Number three, I am braver than I give myself credit for. Again, like I mentioned, this is the first time that I'm doing something like this completely by myself. More often than not, I let Korean get in the way of doing things because I'm afraid of that language barrier. I'm afraid of coming off like I'm incompetent because I can't speak the language perfectly. So for me to do something scary alone in a second language, that's huge. I have to really be proud of myself for that. Number four, it takes me the next day to get all the moves down. And that means on my way home from dance, I'm on my phone just rewatching the footage over and over and over and over. And then once I get home, I'll practice for a little bit, like a few minutes at most. And then the next day, I'll spend maybe like half an hour practicing. And by then, I mean, it doesn't look really cool. I can get the moves down. And another cool thing is I found a method to make this work for me. I take the footage that I recorded in class, and then when I get home, I throw it into my editing software, Final Cut Pro. And what I do is I take that footage and then I copy and paste it about like 7 times, for example. And so instead of like having to go over to my phone and hit play, you know, every time it's over, I can just create this new video where the same routine repeats like 7 times, and then I can just keep watching it over and over and over and over and over. On top of that, when I practice, what I do is the parts that I know, I don't even look at the screen, I'll just perform it, and then for every round that I repeat the routine, I add in one new thing. I teach myself one new thing. I'm trying to work with what I have, and repetition is a huge one for me, and I know that for me, I have to not bite off more than I can chew. I guess I'll end it here for now in terms of what I was experiencing during week 1. Let me know what you guys think, and if there's anything that you're curious about or you want to share, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.